Welcome back to Outside Views Military, and today we're continuing our series on the evolution of the German Luftwaffe, moving from the foundational years of the F-84 into a period of rapid professionalization. And to understand the high-tech force of 2026, we have to look back at the aircraft that served as the primary bridge between the early post-war years and the supersonic age, the F-86 Sabre. The history of the Luftwaffe is defined by its airframes. The F-84 brought Germany back to the skies. The Starfighter ushered in the Mach 2 era. The Tornado became the multi-role workhorse, and the Eurofighter stands as the modern backbone. The F-86 Sabre, however, represented the first true interceptor capability for the young West German Air Force. And while the F-84 was a rugged fighter bomber focused on ground attack, the Sabre was a thoroughbred dogfighter that had already achieved legendary status during the Korean War. Its design featured the iconic 35-degree swept wings and a nose-mounted intake that allowed it to reach speeds near the sound barrier in level flight. And the introduction of the Sabre was a significant technical leap for the Luftwaffe, bringing with it advanced features like hydraulically operated control surfaces and a reliable ejection seat system. For the pilots, the transition from the F-84 to the F-86 meant moving into a cockpit designed for air superiority, where speed and agility were the primary weapons. But the most profound impact of the Sabre was not found in its flight envelope, but in the maintenance hangars and technical base. The F-86 was a sophisticated machine for its time, equipped with a radar-ranging gun sight that required a level of precision maintenance previously unknown to German crews. In the 70 years of Luftwaffe witness reports, you can find on the official site of the German Ministry of Defense, veterans described the arrival of the Sabre as a turning point for the technical branch. For the first time, ground crews were working on integrated electronic systems where a traditional mechanical approach was no longer sufficient. A former maintenance officer noted that with the F-86, the era of improvisation ended and the era of systematic documentation began. Technicians had to learn to interpret complex circuit diagrams and follow strict step-by-step procedures outlined in American technical manuals. And this shift toward rigorous quality assurance is a foundational principle that still governs Luftwaffe maintenance operations today. The Sabre taught the force that modern air defense is a result of 80% ground preparation and 20% aerial execution. It was in these maintenance bays that the professional culture of the modern German technician was forged, moving from basic mechanical repair to advanced systems engineering. The F-86K and F-86J variants provided the Luftwaffe with its first all-weather interceptor capabilities, allowing for the defense of the inner German border regardless of visibility. And this was a critical requirement for NATO's forward defense strategy, ensuring that any violation of West German airspace could be met with an immediate and capable response. The Sabre was also the platform where the Luftwaffe integrated the first generation of air-to-air missiles, moving beyond the era of purely cannon-based combat. By 1959, the Luftwaffe was operating several wings of Sabres, including Jagdgeschwader 71 Richthofen, which became the first dedicated fighter wing of the new era. The pilots who flew the Sabre often described it as one of the most harmonious aircraft ever built, offering a level of control and feedback that made it a favorite among veterans. However, the Sabre's time in the front line was relatively short, serving as a primary interceptor only until the mid-1960s. Despite its short tenure, it fulfilled its role as the ultimate classroom, preparing a generation of aviators and engineers for the complexities of the supersonic era. The discipline and technical standards established during the Sabre years were essential for the transition to the F-104 Starfighter, a machine that would tolerate no errors. And when we look at the Silver Sabres in museums today, we should see more than just a vintage interceptor. We see the birth of the professional Luftwaffe. It was the aircraft that forced the organization to mature, to standardize its training, and to embrace the technological demands of the Cold War. The legacy of the F-86 is found in the meticulous pre-flight checks and the sophisticated electronic warfare suites of 2026 now. It proved that a modern Air Force is only as strong as its technical foundation and its commitment to following the manual. So thank you for joining me for this look at the Interceptor Bridge on Outside Views Military. And in our next episode, we will tackle the most controversial chapter in German aviation history. That will be the arrival of the F-104 and the high price of the sovereignty of speed. So make sure to subscribe so you stay informed on the hardware and the history that shaped the skies over Europe. Until next time, stay focused and stay safe.